Dear Freak Show, I am in love with the woman who I want to make my wife, but she isn't a fan of marriage. My parents have been married for 32 years, and the lessons that they have shown our family has made me want all of that. The same last name, the vows, the promising to protect my queen in front of all of our people, family and friends. It may sound weird, but that's been my dream, to follow my parents' lead in a long-standing love. She's perfect, and I've never loved anyone like this, and I'm sure she loves me too. But her view on marriage is a lot different. Her mom and dad divorced and fought a lot about visitation and money and all of that, and so she's kind of soured to it. She sees marriage for how it ends and not how it is. I've talked to my dad about it, and he said finding someone to love you correctly is a difficult but worthwhile fight to find. Every second that you search is worthwhile. I just can't believe that with how we feel about each other, without marriage and a family, we've hit our relationship ceiling. At 30 years old, my relationship won't get any better because I can't make her my wife. It doesn't go any higher. This is a problem for me, and I don't know if I can stick it out. What do you guys say? Because I listen to you every morning.
That's got to be tough. You can't change somebody, but you can potentially open their eyes to different stuff. I never really wanted to have like a big family or anything like that. Not that I have a big family, but kids. And then I met the right person, and then my eyes were open. So I would say just give her a little bit of time and definitely be open and honest about what you want in the future. That way she knows where your head is at.
Would your life be that much different if you and Anthony have everything that you have now, but you just take away the wedding part? Would your life be that much different? I think that's the question to ask.
The day or actually being married?
Like being married, like taking away the same last name, the actual wedding, because you guys can have children, you can have your togetherness, your new house, your everything that y'all have, the love. But if you take away the wedding, would that be a big deal changer for where y'all are as a life?
I don't know if it would change everything. I just liked how unified we are. Walking down the aisle, the two of us together, creating a family and a life, and being, he's my rock. So that being said, it may not change us wanting to have kids and a family, but it would change. I don't know. I feel like it's easier for people to leave or have options.
If they're not married, you feel like it's easier for them to leave you?
Maybe.
I feel like some people are just jaded at the idea of marriage because, of course, of what they've went through and the experiences but they have. Sometimes they just don't want to get the government involved in what they got going on because they see other people getting so screwed over by, the system or whatever they say. So that doesn't mean that you can't spend the rest of your life trying to prove to that person that you love them.
That's a lot. I have to spend the rest of my life trying to prove that.
But that's what you're doing when you're married anyway.
Every day I have to prove myself to you?
Every day you do. I mean, you do certain things that make your husband feel like he's a part of it. I mean, the thing is, this guy, they love each other.
Yes.
That's the good part.
Right.
She doesn't want to get married because of what she's seen. He wants to get married because of everything he's seen. Mm-hmm. So they can be together, but that's where it ends.
Yeah.
Like there's no none of that you mentioned, walking down the aisle, none of that, the union, none of that, join together as a team in front of people, but they can join together in the privacy of their own home. They're like, yo, we building a home together. It's just don't nobody know.
Yeah, again, unpopular opinion, a ring doesn't mean that you love somebody any more or less. Like that's a sign to a lot of people. It's more so security for a lot of people to as a sign to show everybody that you're taken. But again, that doesn't mean that you still can love a person and still try to prove to them that, you can make things, you can change their mind.
Oh, Lewis, what's going on this morning?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, it's going good. What are you thinking about this? This dude is like sitting out here in love but can't marry her.
Well, me and my spouse are both divorcees, but we're soulmates. She's my soulmate. I found her actually from another radio show.
Really?
But,
okay. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But so what I mean, we're both out. We're like, we don't appreciate it. We don't need marriage. We don't need the government in our business. and we just love each other. We have a family of 7 now,
Wow.
and you know,
And you're not legally married, but you're committed to each other.
for life. We've been thinking about, instead of rings, maybe getting something on our hands that represents something on the ring finger, not necessarily in a ring band, but just like maybe like a little bird or a little tree or something. But you know, we love each other, and we don't need the government in our business. You know what I'm saying? We've both been there, and just it wasn't right. We got divorced, and we're just committed to each other. We're just like, you know, we don't need it in there. We don't need government. Just us.
Okay, all right. Hey, that's a good look. I appreciate it, Lewis, man.
Been there, done that.
All right, let's see. Tony is on the line. Hey, Tony in Tampa, what's up?
What's up? Good
Hi.
morning.
Good morning.
So, this confession is my life, but in reverse. So, I have been with my partner for over 16 years, and we are living a life. Everybody thinks we're married, but we're not. We did not legally go through the process of like getting married, but we have kids together. We have we're on our second home together with our mortgage. Everything is in both of our names. And so I wanted to be married. I come from a long line of till death do you part. My great grandmother, death do you part. My grandmother, my parents, his family on the opposite, he's seen divorce. So to him, it's like the government getting involved. Well, long story short, we're moving forward now 15, 16 years together, and I don't want to be married now. I wanted to. He now is talking about us getting married. And I'm like,
you'd pulled him over to the dark side. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, I kind of like, why? Why do we have to go through this? And he sees like all his friends getting married now. His sister, I'm in the middle of planning her wedding.
Aww.
And so now he's like, well, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I'm good.
Wow. And
There's
yeah,
no
that's a testament to you don't miss what you don't know, you know?
No,
he didn't know that
I
until.
just see people wanting the title of wife. When he introduces me to his coworkers or his friends, whoever, I'm his wife. When I introduce him to all of my people, he's my husband. So we play off the titles, but we don't officially, we didn't officially go through the process.
So to this writer, it can happen. You can have big love and all of the rest of the accoutrement around it without the paperwork.
Absolutely.
I love that. Well, thank you, Tony. I appreciate you sharing that, and congratulations.
On what?
A successful relationship.
On the wedding that apparently is coming. I don't know if you understand. All right, girl.
You know what he saw? He saw all the money the sister was making at the wedding, and he was like, you know what? I might want to do this.
Like, why they keep handing him envelopes? What's in them envelopes? People give you cash? That's part of it.
I've seen a lot of people on the text line saying the same thing. Me and my husband were together 27 years. We got married. We haven't got married. Said that. We bought a house, though, vehicles, boats, got 4 children, 27 years. We were happily together until he passed away 2020. So they were together 27 years.
That I still stand on what she said about she sees marriage, how the writer says she sees marriage how it ends.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't see the good part.
That's
she
rough.
sees the fight. And that's exactly what Tony said. He saw all that. I mean, my family, I've had step grandparents, put it that way.
Wow.
That's how deep divorce goes with my family. Like we do one thing very well in our family, we break up. So, you know. So
you still tried, though.
I know.
He's still keeping the tradition
and I
alive.
told my family I would never get divorced.
Right.
Okay.
I'm like, I'll never. They're like, you never know. I was like, I'm telling you, I've seen it enough. I've never get divorced. In 4 years in, I was like, where's that paper?
Where's that paper? Hand me a pen.
I just want to sign it now. Let's see. Carrie is on light. Hey,
She got her laughing.
Carrie, why are you laughing at my plight? Don't be doing that.
So sorry. No, I guess I'm kind of on the other side of the fence, having been married, divorced. You know, my man, he's got kids from a previous marriage. I think if you're going to want children, you need to be married. You send a good signal to your kids on how to live and how to grow and how to be adults and good people. It's so much easier with his kids having his last name, even though he's divorced. It's so much easier for them having his last name. There's a constant tie with them. And maybe it's because his mom and him were married, maybe not. But those kids have a dad, and they were married, and that's what it is. And I'm sorry if people don't agree with me, but if you're going to have kids, you need to be married.
Well, you know what? They don't have to agree with you. This is your point. I wanted to make sure we got some varying opinions on there because we did just talk about love and all of the aspects of it, but we didn't really cover the children part and them being rooted with the parents might mean something. So I do appreciate that.
Yeah, kids are tough on a relationship, and you need two people. They need a mom and a dad to be there, and it's too easy to step out. Sorry to say, as a dad, when things are gray and you're not married, you're like, oh well, I could just leave and she's stuck with the kids. No, we're married. We got to figure this out.
Yeah, no, that's very true, Carrie. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see. We'll grab the last one with Lauren. Lauren and Holiday. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Pretty good. Let's see here. We take the marriage part out of it. Does that change it all up?
So, I mean, here's my thing: is that it's all about what someone values. So, if he values marriage and she does not, I personally don't think that a relationship can work that way. I do think you can give it time, but he said he's 30 or in his 30s. And, after, I don't know. I mean, I've been married. I was with my high school sweetheart for like 12 years. We got married, had kids. We got divorced. And I'm actually engaged now with someone else. And so, I mean, divorce is a possibility if that's what she's worried about. But, when you have that kind of love and I don't know, I just feel like it's the value that is throwing me off. I don't think that you can value something as important as marriage and unity and have someone that doesn't value that.
Yeah, it makes it difficult. And I mean, and you're daring going back at it again? Really? Like,
yeah, I mean, and I'm 35 this year, so I'm up there with him. So it's like I want to, and I have kids, and they love him. I'm actually pregnant now.
Oh, congrats!
Congratulations!
So, yeah,
you're doing everything. You filling every box on the application.
Exactly. And to be honest, the reason why I say he should give it time is because my fiance now, he was one of those, I don't want to get the government involved. I don't think, it's a piece of paper. But when we had to talk about what marriage truly means and what that comes with, I was able to, change. And I wanted to make sure it's not something like, you're not doing this for me, because that's what ends in divorce. If you truly can't find the value in it, then I think, you walk away amicably.
Yeah. There you go. Don't have a seizure on us now. All right. No. All right. Thank you, Mama. I do appreciate that. And that does give us a great perspective.
Yeah.
And congratulations on everything. I mean, the baby and everything.
Out of the 656, as a healthcare worker, I watched a man with his partner for 29 years literally watch her pass away. And when she passed, he could not make any decisions. We couldn't even discuss with him what to do with her. He was with her for 29 years. He could make 0 decisions, get married.
Well, that fixes that. Wow.
Just get married.
You can't have, there's not a piece of paperwork that you can do that isn't a marriage certificate to help you, like a roommate clause or something. Like, I mean, if I've been with you 29 years and the hospital's not going to let me talk to the doctor,
I'm sure there's some legalities, some paperwork there, but they obviously didn't do that or look into it. And by the way, this is like the 10th text saying this.
I'm looking at one from Alfonso right now. He's saying if somebody passes away, you could be losing out on a lot of benefits and Social Security, houses. If somebody's not married, it can't go to them.
Well, there you go. There's the education of it all
exactly.
right there. I mean, well, that's the big part of it then. That maybe that's the selling point that he needs to sell to her. That you're protected and that your assets are protected.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, man, but this was a good conversation. I appreciate y'all.
Orlando and the Freak Show.
Now it's time for the money.
If you want more, and I know you do, make sure you hit like and hit subscribe right below.